Hello, Lyrical Minds, and welcome back to another soul stirring episode of Lyrical Reflections. I'm Yvette, your personal guide on this lyrical journey of self reflection and self love. Today, we're going to dive into the Miley Cyrus song, Flower, as this song resonates a lot with me and with my clients when it comes to self love. In Flowers, this song takes us on a lyrical journey that touches the themes of self-love, loss, and the sudden nature of life. It's a song that tugs on our heartstrings, and it also reminds us that the instability of human nature. This isn't just a song of sadness, it's a song of celebration. It encourages us to cherish the moments we have, to love deeply, and to appreciate the beauty that life gives us, and even through those hard and painful times. But before we unravel the lyrics to this song, I want to share a personal story of my own. For the longest time, I craved, like I needed it. I craved validation. I know you're probably thinking, but you're a coach. You're a therapist. Why do you need validation? I need it too because I'm human. And it was hard for me because I struggled with self-esteem. And it probably stems from way back in the past when maybe I was in my childhood or somewhere in my adulthood. But I know for sure I struggled with self-esteem. And validation was my way out, especially in my relationships and in my work life. I needed someone else to remind me of who I am so I can feel accepted and belong. I needed someone to tell me that you're doing a good job, that you are beautiful, that you can do this. But I also needed to realize those things that they were telling me were true for myself, because they could have told me all these things in the world, but I didn't really pay no attention because I didn't accept it and believe it. And looking back, the self-love wasn't seeking validations from others. It was seeking validation from myself. I needed to remind myself how important I am, how beautiful I was, and how special I am to other people. And when I listened to the Miley Cyrus song and the lyrics that she says, paint my nails cherry red, that represents the flowers that you gave me, something of that nature, she said that resonated with me because in that verse, she captures the true essence of self-love. She takes herself back and reminds herself that she doesn't need those flowers. She doesn't need what you've given her in the past because she can do it and accept it on her own. And I had the ability to continue doing the things for myself even after someone had let me down, even after I failed or made a mistake. I had to remember those things for me. I didn't need the validation from other people. I needed to remind myself those things first. This song is about moving forward. It's about getting past those resentments. And this helped me to where I am today because now I feel like I can move forward without getting the approval from someone else. And I can love myself without getting the approval from somebody else. Self-love didn't just start with, like in the song, the grand gestures of buying myself flowers. Instead, it began when I accepted my flaws and took action to making changes for myself. I want to go a little bit deeper and let's discuss the verse that carries the weight of emotion and vulnerability. So Miley Cyrus sings, I didn't want to leave you. I didn't want to lie. Started to cry, but then I remembered why. Does that make sense to you? It's like a testament to our own self-reflection and letting go. We have to start to let go so that way we know our own self-worth and our own self-acceptance. And this song definitely is a reminder that being true and honest with ourselves is so important because it allows us to be who we are. These words were perfectly written for me. I felt like she was just talking to me in this whole song. It's a moment that we can all relate to. It's the words that she mentioned that we can all resonate with. This song represents the struggle between wanting to stay in a situation or even staying in a situation that no longer fulfills us or is not even healthy for us. And to recognize that, you know, we make difficult choices. Like I said, adulting is hard, y'all. But there are times where my brain just likes to go on a whole nother level. And I know you can definitely relate to this. Adulting is crazy. So let me go back and go back to the verse where Miley Cyrus sings, "I didn't want to leave you." That hints to the attachment that we often feel under certain circumstances. Hey, Lyrical Minds, enjoying the show? Well, I've got some more for you. I want you to keep the healing and reflecting going in between episodes. So, make sure to download the Real Reflections Journal, a guided mindfulness meditation and reflective journaling experience. This journal is going to help you ditch the negative self-talk and embrace a positive reality. I can't wait for you to get your hands on it. Grab yours now by clicking the link in the description box or head over to reflectwithyvette.com. Okay, back to the show. Even when those circumstances is causing us pain or is holding us back, those words are like a testament to our strengths and our human being of who we are. But on the other hand, when she said, "I didn't want to lie," that reflects on the inner honesty that we have to give to ourselves. I know I'm constantly saying we have to look in the mirror and look within. We have to start being honest with ourselves because that shows self-love. And this song reminds us of being authentic and truthful within ourselves, because that is a part of self-love. And even when we're facing the uncomfortable truth within ourselves, we have to remember and go back to our values, go back to our strengths, start recognizing and loving ourselves again. And this is something that I constantly tell my clients, and I constantly tell myself, because we always need these reminders that we are loved and we are worthy. And we need to remind ourselves how important we are to the people around us, and most importantly, to the person within us. If you haven't connected with your values, please go back. If you wrote it down, go back and reread it. If you lost it, go back and rewrite it. And rewrite it 1,000 times so you can remember how valuable you are and how important your values are to yourself. When I listen to this song, it speaks to my inner child. It speaks to me so I can speak to my clients, so I can speak to you, so I can tell you and share with you my stories of how I've gotten through certain issues in hard, difficult situations, and how I brought it to a more positive, helpful experience. The most impactful part of this song is recognizing the strengths that you have, rebuilding the strength that you have, because that will definitely encourage you to continue to love and accept yourself. It's a reminder that in the moments of heartache, those can be tough. And sometimes we can make some tough decisions, but acknowledging your strengths and knowing your needs places you on a positive path to personal growth and development. I want you to allow me to share some key takeaways from this song, Flowers. Let's start remembering that overcoming the need for validations from others is no longer the first priority for your life. It begins by looking in the mirror. It begins by reflecting on your life, your experience, and who you see your future self being. Remember how important your worth is. I'm going to constantly remind you of this because it's so important. Even if you have to put sticky notes on your mirrors, if you have to do a journal, maybe 2 journal reflections a day to help you remind yourself, this trains your brain to have more positive thoughts about yourself than focusing on the negative impacts that you've had. So you should try to live in the present and express your love and appreciation to those in your life. But first, it starts with you. Start accepting and showing gratitude to yourself and remind yourself how important you are. Your journey to self-love is unique and powerful. You are worthy and you have the strength to transform your life story to how you want it to be. And you have the strength to overcome the need for validation from others. Thank you for joining me on this lyrical reflections of the song Flowers. Make sure to stay tuned and listen to the next episodes as we continue to reflect and dive deeper into the lyrics of songs to heal and go through our transformative journey. Until then, happy self-reflecting.